Good evening, this is Kaylin String coming at you live with the Promised Ration Review and the comments that I got on my post that I put up earlier. I am going to wait until a few others start showing up before I get into this white bag. I'm also waiting for the teapot on my stove to come to a boil because I actually want boiling water for the entree. So I'm also waiting for that. I may go ahead and get started in a couple of minutes anyway. Anyone coming in late can just catch up. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, those coming in late, we'll just have to catch up later. What I have for you tonight is the first meal cold weather that I've gotten a hold of, and this is the menu that I have been quite interested in. This is Turkey Tetrazzini Menu 4, and I got it from foreignemery.com. They are selling U.S. rations while they figure out how they can get more foreign rations to come that will be in compliance with the U.S. Department of Agriculture rules that they have been smacked with. And to go along with that, I asked in my post, when I posted a picture of this and the corned beef emery, which of these bars should I add with it? And this or the Russian chocolate bar in the camo wrapper. This one won out, so do the meal cold weather and this Canadian soldier fuel bar, so that's what tonight's dinner will be. So this has a peelable seal. I do not know a date because these MCWs do not have date codes on the bags. It was packed by the Warnick Company. I'm going to assume that this is a fairly fresh MRE. Oops, sorry, I bumped them out. Let me reposition that. There we go. Oop. This thing is a little touchy, so I apologize for that. But these, I'm assuming these are fairly fresh. I'd have to do this off camera because these can be tough to open. But I think Foreign MRE probably just ordered several cases and they busted the cases to sell them individually. I think these MCW bags are as tough as the older MRE bags because oh, there we go. If I can get my thumb in it, then I can work the rest of that seal. I had to pull it off camera again. Well, welcome. I just opened the bag. Wandering Marine Veteran, thanks for stopping in. I have MCW Menu 4 Turkey Tetrazzini. And I will be adding this chocolate Canadian Soldier Fuel Bar, which was sent to me as an extra goodie by foreignary.com. See what we got in the bag. Off the top we have, well, the chocolate First Strike bar. So it'll be interesting to compare these two. Let me get this right set up. You know, compare the, I've had the Mocha First Strike bar, but I had not had the chocolate one. Because I have the chocolate Soldier Fuel bar, it'll be interesting to compare these two. See if how they look, how they taste. So that'll be fun. And I have lemon lime flavored drink mix. I have the usual brown spoon, which I will actually be using this time because the MCWs have their freeze-dried mains and the Foreign MRE spork is just not going to be long enough to get into that bag to mix it up. So I will be opening this spoon. Then I have another drink. I have French vanilla cappuccino. I have the chocolate peanut butter, which is really good. I had this once before. I have the accessory packet for the MCW, and I'll get to that in a minute. Crackers. Oh, here we go. 8107. So 2018. This MCWs from last year, and these crackers seem to have a bit of a bend in them. But just regular crackers, so we'll try for a hiss later. And then the bag is empty, and I'll use it for trash. And this, well, welcome, Chris. I'm just taking everything out of the bag. This is a freeze-dried main, the Turkey Tetrazzini, produced by Mountain House. And these bags do not have a tear notch, but I'm going to get the cheaters out. I will actually get this going first before I do anything else. Because this will take several minutes to rehydrate. And that is the inside. I'm going to work this a little bit to try to loosen up the pieces. I'll go ahead and take the spoon out of its wrapper. I'll get the hot water for the... Actually, I'll go ahead and open the accessory pack because I want to see what's all inside here. So I have matches, non-dairy creamer in the shiny wrapper, hot sauce, which I'm not sure how well that would go with Tetrazzini. Bull's Brew coffee. So I have actually 2 coffee drinks. Moist towelette. Packet of sugar. The spearmint or peppermint gum, and 1 paper wad. I thought these came with 2, but I guess some of them do, some don't. I don't know. But that is the accessory pack, so I have actually 2 coffees and no cold drink. But yeah, I do have a cold drink, so I guess I'm gonna need another mug, so I'll be right back. Making its debut in one of my videos is the Ration mug, and I will put the cappuccino in here. So I'll go ahead and open these. That way when I get the hot water, I can pour them all at once. Instead of mixing it in the bag, I'm going to mix it in a mug, that way you can see what it's like. Oops. So there's what the cappuccino powder looks like. Sorry about that. This mount is very touchy, but if I use my tripod, I won't be able to see the chat unless I get another device going. Nice dark powder. Drop it in the sugar. That's okay, have a good time. I got the creamer. I'll be right back with the hot water. I'm going to first pour it into here. Oops. I'm trying to mix this up as well as I can because I want all of this to rehydrate. I'm going to fold this up. The only thing I don't like about these bags is, unlike the drink bags, they do not have a zipper seal, but a clip will do just fine. I'm going to put that back there. I'm going to stir the coffee. And the cappuccino. Now that I got these working, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the other drink. Hey, Smith, thanks for dropping in. So that's a pretty yellow powder. But the drink isn't going to be green. I'll give this a mix. I'll give that another mix later. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and open up both of these bars, see what they look like. This is the first strike bar. Now I'm going to open up the Soldier Fuel bar. The Soldier Fuel bar. See, it looks. Got interrupted, and I told her that I'm doing videos, so I apologize for that interruption. But so where I left off was this is the Canadian Soldier Fuel bar. It's a shiny, and it looks about the same strike bar. I don't know if you heard that hiss, but I got a hiss out of the crackers. And they are intact. This peanut butter chocolate spread is a little bit looser than the regular peanut butter, which will make it easier to spread. I'll go ahead and squeeze some onto the cracker. And that is what this looks like. I'm going to break off part of this first strike bar. Show you what it's... I don't know how well you can see that. It's got crispy rice in it. I've had like a ones. It's pretty good. The mocha ones that I've had, I can taste the coffee in them as well as the chocolate, and this one tastes like dark chocolate. I'm gonna break off a piece. This is a lot softer. The Canadian, it has about the same kind of stuff in it. I looked at the ingredients earlier. Oh, I haven't had beef tongue in a long time. My late dad used to grill those for us when we were a lot younger. You know, back then it was an inexpensive cut of meat. And when he would get them on, here Mom would get them on sale. That's what we would have for dinner sometimes. And especially if the power was out, you know, during the warmer months. Yeah, because I live here in the Midwest, so I got the winters up here. But yeah, we could have a nice meal even when the power was out. So I'm gonna take this cappuccino. I'm gonna give it another mix just to be sure it's all stirred up. Tastes like a basic French vanilla cappuccino. This cracker is, because it was bent, it will probably break. But that's okay, I'm taking nibbles. These crackers do not taste as good as older ones. I have had some of the older ones. And I know there are crackers in my vintage emery that I also got from Foreign Emery, the corned beef hash. I know the ones that Old Smoky had when he reviewed this same menu. This past Saturday, that was awesome. That the crackers that he had were just in absolute perfect shape. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze some more of this spread on there, and then I'm going to take a nibble of it. As I said, I've had this before. I'm actually just going to break this. Have this bite with a little bit of the spread on it. The chocolate is not a heavy taste. The peanut butter dominates, but you can still taste the chocolate. It's still a good spread. Now this is the other coffee. Yeah, that's I probably made that a little strong because I wanted to be sure that I had enough water to put in the turkey tetrazzini. This is a lemon lime drink. So I'm going to give it another stir too. Typical artificial flavor. This is more the first strike bar. I'm going to open this up. See how it's coming along? Needs a little bit more time. There's still a fair amount of water in here. But I want to give it another stir just to make sure that it's going to fully rehydrate. Yes, I took a lick of that sauce, and that sauce actually tastes pretty good. I'm going to put the clip back on it. And I'm going to eat some more of this cracker. And just for the heck of it, since I got this coffee here, and I got these chocolate bars, I'm going to dip each one in the coffee and take a bite. Hey, Prep for It, thanks for dropping in. I'm reviewing the MCW Turkey Tetrazzini. And that's what I have back here, still doing its thing. And as an extra, I have the Canadian Chocolate Soldier Fuel Bar that I'm comparing to the Chocolate First Strike bar. And just for kicks, dipping them in the coffee. Wow. Actually tastes good. Adding the coffee to those. That tastes pretty darn good doing that. I could probably do it with the cappuccino. In fact, I think I will. cappuccino is in Emery Nation steel mug. And my regular coffee is in the foreignemery.com mug. Oh, that tastes pretty good too. And back here I have the chocolate peanut butter spread on the crackers. And I have some broken cracker bits, which I kind of expected. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. This may be a bit, let's see how runny it is. Now these pouches make a lot of food once you get them rehydrated. After all, they're freeze dried. This turkey tetrazzini that Mountain House does is exclusive to the rations. They don't yet have it in the commercially available pouches that you can go down to Walmart or other stores to buy, or to buy online, say through eBay or Amazon or other sites that sell Mountain House food. But this is what it looks like. Get that out of the way. I think here's a bit that didn't quite make it, but I'll mix that in. Now these squared pouches are kind of hard to mix, but that's why I kept this spoon out so I could do that instead of trying to do it with this foreign emery spork. This is what it looks like. Oh, that's pretty good. It's actually a tad salty for my liking. I guess a lot of these freeze-dried foods are high in salt. If I can get some different bits. But it does have a good flavor. I can actually taste the turkey. So this is actually pretty good. The noodles are quite soft, so they rehydrated very well. The green beans are quite soft. The turkey has a bit of chew to it still. And it actually tastes like turkey. As far as this hot sauce, I don't think it goes with the turkey tetrazzini, so I'm not going to use it. But what I will do, add a little crunch. I'm going to break off bits of the cracker. That do not have the chocolate spread on it. Just to add a little crunch to this. Just because I feel like it. Yep, that definitely works. I'm definitely going to enjoy eating all of this. Yeah, humidity can be a bear in the summer. I lived in central Arkansas for a few years back in the 80s while I was attending college. And the summers down there were so humid that, especially on days when the actual temperature was above 110 Fahrenheit, and the humidity gets jacked up, yeah, you know you're in trouble, especially when your air conditioner conks out. And I was attending summer school that summer that it happened, and oh boy, yeah. The air conditioner in my dorm crapped out. Yeah, it was not fun, but I got through it. That's one of the reasons why I came back here to Iowa after I finished my studies down there. Plus, I missed the state that I'd spent most of my life in, so I just wanted to come back and figured there would be more opportunities for me. So that's why I'm here in Des Moines and staying down in Arkansas. But I do miss some aspects of living in Arkansas. The fishing at Lake Ouachita, just living out in basically in or very near the Ouachita National Forest. That was an awesome spot that I was able to live on when I was not on campus. And my brother has a couple acres down there that he bought quite a few years ago for $10,000 cash. so that all he has to do is pay utilities and property tax, and that's it. And his property tax is less than $100 a year. Or maybe $100 per tax period. I know up here in Iowa, property taxes are usually paid 2 times a year. I don't know how it is down there, but I guess my brother's property tax is less, probably 100 or less per tax period down there. This MRE community is getting bigger, and I got into it by winning one from Sticky Fingers 745. And today he put up a video of his review of the chicken burrito bowl MRE. Yeah, that is a good property tax rate. Yeah, he lives in unincorporated area, right next to the Ouachita National Forest and near Lake Ouachita. So he's got it good down there. He stores my late dad's boat that my mom inherited after my dad died. It'll be 11 years in November. But yeah, since my mom does not drive, she doesn't own a vehicle, but the boat is kept down there. That way, whenever we want to go down there to fish for vacation, hey, James Ortiz is in the house. So is Tracy Phillips. Yeah, we can use that boat. So my brother pays for the registration of that since it got put into his name. And for those just coming in, my dinner is MCW menu 4 turkey tetrazzini. And I'd say it's pretty darn good. I put in some cracker bits. The crackers are unsalted, not much flavor, but they actually tone down the saltiness of this, what was a freeze-dried Maine. Mountain House does the mains for the MCWs. And I believe there are 12 menus. And I think when you buy a case, I think you get all 12 of them in one box. I think that's how it works. Oh, Vanessa? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, there are green beans in it. That is why it looks a little green. That's a green bean. That's why it's that color. But it's got bits of carrot. It looks like a carrot, sure. If I see anything red, it's probably either bell pepper. I don't taste any tomato in here. But the turkey is really small pieces, but it still has a bit of chew to it. This is French vanilla cappuccino in my Amory Nation mug. So this mug is making its first appearance in a video. other than the unboxing. I have the regular coffee with creamer and sugar in my friendMRE.com mug. And in my drinking jar, I have the lemon lime drink. And along with this chocolate First Strike bar that was in the bag, I received as an extra goodie the chocolate Canadian Soldier Fuel bar, so I decided to bust them both out to do a comparison. And this is the chocolate peanut butter spread. That I have on crackers. I had that once before, as I said earlier. The peanut butter is more prevalent than the chocolate, but you can taste the chocolate in it. Chris Sullivan is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I'm having a turkey tetrazzini with some cracker bits thrown in because I felt like it. A little bit of crunch and to knock down some of the saltiness of the tetrazzini. But this is still really good. I will try some of the other MCWs in the future. There are certain ones which I will not because they contain pork. So like 3 of the breakfast menus have pork in them, so I will not get those. But the other ones I would try. I still want to find some more foreign rations to get my paws on. In case you're curious about this little white thing down, this is the arm of the mount that I have my phone on. I'm using it because if I use a tripod, I can't see the chat unless I have another device going, and that can be a bit cumbersome when you're trying to do a live chat like this. When I reestablish home internet, then it'll be a lot easier. Because one thing about reading chat on a phone screen, it doesn't stay very long. You have to touch it and scroll to try to pull it back up again. Oh, Kentucky does sound fun. I would like to go there, but MRE Nation has a Ration meetup going on later this summer, but I will not be able to go to that. I've heard about it from some of the other reviewers, and some will be attending. But unfortunately, travel is not possible for me right now. I don't drive, and because I live on disability, I have to pinch pennies when I can so I can continue to do this. And but being monetized and having had the super chats come in, that will definitely help out. Art and Nina, or one or both. I got the turkey tetrazzini. That's what I'm chowing down on. So, by the way, Art and Nina have some great vacation videos on their channel. You got to go check them out. They had an absolute blast in Bangkok. That's okay. If you want to catch up later, you can. If not, that's okay. Well, both Art and Nina are here. And what I decided to do also, I have the First Strike bar and the Canadian Soldier Fuel bar. Just happened to be chocolate in the MCW, so I thought, you know what, this will be good to compare the two. So that's what I've been doing. That's why I have the wrappers out here. I even tasted both of them after dunking them in the coffee and the French vanilla cappuccino. And they taste good like that. But yeah, this turkey tetrazzini turned out pretty well. Oh, wow. That is a super chat for those that have not seen that before. And so thanks very much, Nina, for dropping that $1. I appreciate it, even though I'm not one for... Oh, Art dropped 2. Oh, Nina's cheap. Oh, you're going to do that again, are you? You make it look like a bidding war on an auction when you two do that. You don't need to go broke on my account. You got rations to buy to restock. But yeah, you got to check out Art and Nina's channel for their vacation videos. They are some good stuff. Oh wow, thank you, Smitty. That's wow, that is a big chunk of change. I think, Nina, I think you just got outdone by Smitty. How you gonna top that one? No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. Yeah, I do appreciate these super chats now that I'm able to get it, and hopefully this will allow me to improve my stuff so I can make better videos. Yeah, I know. I know about the Canadian dollar. I have a friend up in London, Ontario, and so I kind of follow the exchange rate up there. Not that I'm looking to move up there or anything, but you know, it's just something to satisfy my curiosity once in a while. That French vanilla cappuccino's not too bad. Well, Nina, I think you've just been upended by Smitty. No, it's not quite that bad. Now, if you want to see a really bad exchange rate, the Venezuelan bolivar, it's so inflated that you would have to have a 5-gallon bucket full of their highest denomination notes just to buy a week's worth of food. That's how bad it is down there. So the Canadian exchange rate is not that bad. When I was in Mexico 33 years ago, the peso was so inflated that it was almost 700 pesos to a dollar. That was back in 1986. I have more of the chocolate spread that I'll put on the rest of these pieces of cracker. This is nowhere near as good as the Russian chocolate spread. Now that stuff almost puts Nutella to shame. Oh, it was very, very good. For my liking, the Tetrazzini is a bit too salty, but that's just me. But other than that, as you can tell, it is gone. And I'm comparing the Canadian and the American chocolate bars. They're almost identical. The Canadian one is a little bit softer than the First Strike bar, but they're almost identical in taste. The rice in sorry, the rice in this one is a little finer. We need another drink. The rice in this one is a little bit finer in texture than it is in this one. You can actually see it more. They're bigger bits, but you can still taste it. Yeah, both of these are really, really good. And I like that they're a dark chocolate flavor and not more of a milk chocolate, because I like dark chocolate. If you can get the Russian version of this, it's a whole lot better than this, but yeah, this is still pretty good. The brown bag will probably be, I may do that Saturday night or maybe Saturday noon. Because right now I don't have anything going that day, as far as I know. I tried doing a Sunday live, but I guess for those people who go to church on Sundays and are otherwise not on YouTube, you know, that doesn't get much of a turnout. So again, I may do that one on Saturday, unless I decide to do another mashup. Oh, Smitty, I would love to be able to do that, but because I don't drive, I have to have someone take me out of the city. I wanted to go camping a couple weekends ago, but the people who could have given me a ride had their other obligations or stuff to deal with, so I couldn't get out. But later this month there may be a family camp trip that I might get to do. I haven't heard from my relatives on that one, but if we do that, we will go to Lake Aquabi, where Tack and Brenda were last weekend. And that is a lake near the small town of Corning, Iowa. There is a bench on the shore in the cabin section that has my dad's name on it. My mom did that several years ago as a memorial. You can do that at that particular lake. You can purchase a nameplate, and the Park Service will put that on the bench, and that becomes your relative's bench, so to speak. And since we stayed in cabins near there, you know, we fished near I call it my dad's bench. Lake Aquabi was my dad's favorite Iowa lake for camping and fishing. And so that's why my mom had that done several years ago, to kind of have a bit of a physical memorial to him in that sense. And so any of our other relatives who go there and go to where the cabins are, they can see my dad. Well, my phone is asking for juice, so I'm going to plug in to a power pack. There we go. I got some juice going now. It's just easier to use one of my power banks instead of trying to plug into the cord that I have plugged into a power strip. I would give it a 9.5 only because, to my personal taste, the Tetrazzini was just a tad salty. You know, some may like their food a little saltier, but I don't. I've been, when I cook for myself, I don't tend to put a lot of salt in my food. But other than that, it was really good. It rehydrated well. The noodles were a bit soft. The green beans were quite soft, but the turkey stayed firm. It still had a bit of chew to it. And oh, Danny Schwab is in the house. Well, you just missed me eating the Meal Cold Weather Menu 4 Turkey Tetrazzini with the extra bonus of a Canadian chocolate soldier fuel bar. And because the MCW had a chocolate first strike bar, I thought that would be cool to compare the two. And they're almost identical. This one is a little firmer. The rice bits are a little bigger. This one is a little softer, and the rice bits are smaller, but see, they look pretty much the same. They taste almost identical. And I even dipped them in the coffee, regular coffee, and the cappuccino. And they taste good that way. And they have a nice dark chocolate flavor. Not overly sweet. In one of my Ration rations, I had the peanut butter Canadian Soldier Fuel Bar, or maybe that was, actually that might have been the IMP, the last IMP that I reviewed had that in there. I don't remember, but yeah, the peanut butter Soldier Fuel Bar and the chocolate. Now I've had the chocolate Soldier Fuel Bar. I don't know what other flavors are produced, but yeah, this chocolate first strike bar, I've had the mocha ones before. I have not had the apple cinnamon or the cranberry, but I definitely want to try those. And if there are other flavors of the Soldier Fuel bars, I would love to try those too. These are somewhat similar to the power bars that you can buy in stores. So if you've ever had any of those, these are similar. Yeah, that peanut butter one is very good. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, Smitty is up in Canada, so he should have a little bit more knowledge about that. Corned beef. And this one actually says which accessory packet is in here. And the extra bar that Foreign Memory sent is this Army chocolate. It's from a Russian ration. Cool camo pattern on the wrapper. This is 60% cocoa, like that French chocolate I had for lunch today. When I went ahead and shot my breakfast mashup, I decided to just do that one line and then upload it. And I did that all in one take without having to pause the video, since I only needed hot water for the tea, and I mixed the muesli with cold water. Yeah, I see that when I was looking on the bars. I see Meal Kit Supply Canada, but yet they're made in the U.S. And it's just like companies here in the U.S. produce the peanut butter for the British rations, and some U.S. components are in the Canadian IMPs. So. And of course, Bridgeford items are in the British rations. Well, thanks for dropping in. So then, Danny Schwab. Go check out his channel. And he likes to do a lot of fishing. And he likes to take kids fishing. So thanks for dropping in, buddy. Catch you on the flip side. Now this French vanilla cappuccino, it's actually pretty good. Of course, it's real cold right now, but it would be like drinking a knockoff version of the Starbucks vanilla frappuccino, but it's still pretty decent. And I have a little bit of this peanut butter chocolate spread in here, so I'll probably just suck this right out of the pouch. That's what I did with the leftover peanut butter after I finished shooting my lunch video. I just sucked that little bit right out of the pouch. Hey, MD is in the house. MD is a military guy. He spent some time in Germany, then he came back to the US, and he likes to do outdoor cooking, among other things, on his channel. So so there's another one to go check out. You know, Dutch oven or cast iron, which I do not own any of. I have nothing cast iron yet. MD has also reviewed some MREs on his channel. Of course, being in the military, he had to eat his share of them, for sure. But, yeah, 1 or 500. I bet you haven't had the pizza MRE yet. Or have you? Well, I'm sure you'll figure something out. Because the pepperoni has pork in it, that's one that I will not get. But the one I do want to try is the Norwegian Arctic field ration that has pizza in it, but it is a vegetarian topping on theirs. Yeah, that one is vegetarian. So that would be the one that I would try, is that one, since I don't eat pork. My phone is telling me it's only 8% battery, even though I have it plugged into a power pack. So I'm probably going to go ahead and shut this down and let YouTube process it, because I'm afraid it might kick me off pretty soon if I don't do that. So I like to stay on longer, but I got to get this thing some hard juice and let the YouTube process it. So, but Saturday I will do the brown bag MRE, probably at midday. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.